Good day and welcome to another broadcast of Global Capital Inc. online radio and television show. Research is showing that the top 100 companies, the top 500 companies are doing business in a market sensitive and market oriented manner. And what that means is that they are definitely committing the time, talent, and the resources to truly understand market research and market intelligence ecosystem. Today, we are going to be doing a little deep dive into that subject matter that we are calling market research and market intelligence ecosystem. Along with this, we're going to take a brief look at two main brands that we have in the world, as Victoria's Secret and the Hanes brand. And we'll look at how they have been performing before the pandemic and during the pandemic. But just before I get into today's program, do permit me to introduce myself. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the self-published best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes. Now, before getting into today's program, I want to say that this is the program that if you're in business or you intend to get into business, this is a platform for you because we're going to be providing you with a number of important information, a high level of content that can help you to make informed and educated business decision. On this platform, we will talk about equity capital and debt capital. We will talk to you about issues relating to market and market access, and so much more. Now, do permit me to run this ad just before we get into the meat of today's program. I'm gonna call you. All right. Okay, welcome back to today's broadcast. This program is titled Global Capital Inc. online radio and television show. And I begin today's program by looking at the fact that the top 100 companies in the world, they are conducting business in a way that most other entrepreneurs are not able to do. One, they are extremely market sensitive and market oriented, and they are definitely exploiting what is best known as the market research and market intelligence ecosystem. The question I want to put to you today is, what is the real importance behind market intelligence and the market research ecosystem? Why is market intelligence, why is market research so important? If you listen to yesterday's broadcast, I begin by saying that market research literally puts the entrepreneur, the business leader, in a position of strength to make informed and educated decision about doing business. One of the first things that you're able to do is to identify your target market. And is it important to identify your target market? Yes, it is. It is by understanding your target market, you can invest the time now to understand their needs, wants, and expectations. And this allows you to now become market sensitive. This allows you to become market oriented. And it's by becoming market sensitive and market oriented, you can now innovate new products and services that are living up to the expectations of your target market and perhaps go beyond the expectations of your target market. And this is something that we see some of the top companies in the world, they're able to do. They're taking the guess game out of doing business. They're taking the speculation out of the business. And they are going to gather hardcore intelligence that really allows them to make informed and educated decisions in doing business. And of course, this program comes to you with the kind compliments of 10x Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, and 10x Branding and Marketing LLC, and they are actively involved in market research. And this program also comes to you with the kind compliments of Global Capital Inc. And Global Capital Inc. is that arm of the business that will be looking at everything relating to the local and regional and the international capital markets. And so today we're talking about market research and market intelligence ecosystem. And one of the first things that we have pointed out here is that market research allows you to really, get closer to understanding your target market. But beyond understanding your target market, there's so many other benefits of doing the market research. And doing the market research, ensuring that you're market intelligent, ensuring that you're market savvy is ground zero in starting any business. All right. But it goes deeper than this. Doing the market research allows you to understand the size of the market. Doing the market research allows you to understand the viability of the market. Doing the research allows you to identify your competition, and it really allows you to leverage the SWOT of, of the market and toolkit. Doing the market research allows you to understand the market accommodators, and divorced from doing the research, you do not understand the market accommodators. Now, let's talk a little bit about the market accommodators. What exactly do I mean by the market accommodators and the market enablers? When you're getting into business, it's absolutely necessary to take the time to really understand what is happening here. You need to know that if you go into an area of business, the market will accommodate you. You need to understand what are those enablers. And let's go a little deeper into this here today. For example, enablers can be, are you doing business in an environment that is, enabling? And that might be enabling at a BSO level, it might be enabling at a political level. And you need to know this. Are there established trade associations, chambers of commerce, and BSO organization that can really provide you with the kind of intervention to cushion some of the pitfalls in a business startup? Are you in the right economic zone, the right economic system that you're doing business? Now, this is a very tricky one because in doing business, it's important to do the research to really understand how doing business in a mixed economic system is different from what you call a planned economic system. A planned economic system is more controlling, and that means that you don't have the great latitude that you would have in a mixed or open economic system. So it's important to take all of these realities into consideration. But there's a gray line here, and the gray line here is that you may be in an open economy, but although you're in an open or mixed economic system, the market forces, the enablers, are tilted in a particular way. And later on, I will definitely go deeper into that as we are able to extract hardcore information on enablers and disablers of persons who are in business. My point is that it's absolutely necessary to take all of these factors into consideration when you are getting into business or when you're in business. And of course, at Global Capital Inc. and 10x Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, we are really committed to bringing you this high level of information that really allows you to make informed and educated decisions as you position yourself to do business. Now, let's go right up to the very first subject that we begin looking at early on. And we talk about market research allows you to understand your target market. And let's take, for example, are you targeted male or are you targeted female? And as you ponder upon that question, those two questions, I want you to think about Victoria's Secrets and I want you to think about Hanes brand. Those are two exclusive brands. What I want to do, I want to do a little deep dive into Victoria's Secret. And Victoria's Secret is a very unique brand. And anyone who is around, you know, uh, have some understanding about Victoria's Secret. And one of the things that we have been seeing is that Victoria's Secret has become synonymous with women's lingerie. And Victoria's Secret is especially popular among young consumers. Um, with between the age of and we are seeing that between 77 and 70% of consumers are between the age of 16 and 24. This is a Victoria's Secret brand. Do you think that Victoria's Secret just get into business, or do you think that they did the market research to identify their target market and really spend the time to understand what that target market needs, wants, and expect? And from that understanding, they leverage that market sensitivity to become market oriented, to innovate new products and services, or to innovate products and services that reach the expectations of those target market. They did the research. And that is exactly why these companies, and Victoria's Secret is not in the top 100 bracket. They're way below the top 100 companies. But in spite of being below the top 100 companies in terms of how their business and that business is cash flowing, it is still tremendous, uh, you know, compared to, other standards across the world. And I'm going to talk about their cash flowing potential very shortly, but I just want to reinforce that these brands are a brand largely because they have taken the time to understand the target market. They have taken the time to understand the market size. They have taken the time to understand the target market needs, wants, and expectation, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. And then they have built out a brand to live up to those expectations of that specific target market. Now, with that bit of information, just let me tell you a little bit about Victoria's Secret. In 2019, Victoria's Secret was able to earn uh, 6 point, about $6.8 billion in revenue. All right, and that's US dollars, 6.8 billion US dollars, and that is a decent amount of annual cash flow. Of course, because of the pandemic, we are seeing that their sales in 2020 would have dropped. All right, and we are watching that to see how the pandemic is going to affect Victoria's Secret. But now let's turn our attention very briefly to the Hanes product. Um, the Hanes is also a very, very unique brand. And while Victoria's Secret is exclusively women lingerie, Hanes, they have built up a reputation in providing an exclusive service to men. Having said that, Hanes has been performing tremendously well in the market. Of course, Hanes also is not in the top 100 of the highest performing companies, but they have been ranked up there. They have been performing well in business, and they have been consistent in terms of how they are performing. Now, let's look at Hanes over the last 4 years. In the 2017, Hanes would have generated about 6.4 billion in annual revenue. In 2018, they would have generated about 6.8 billion in annual revenue. 2019, 6.9 billion, and they had a dip in 2020, where they would have earned 6.8 billion. So they went down from 6.9 to 6.8 billion dollars. Now, these companies, I want to say, their feet are on the ground. They're doing research. They're gathering market intelligence, and they're leveraging this market intelligence to make informed and educated decisions as to how they're going to design a brand, build out a brand, and integrate that brand into market. And this is the argument that I'm making. There's a right way and there's a wrong way in which you start business. And one of the things that's important for you to do and start in any operation is to ensure that you are starting your business and you are getting enough skin into really understanding your market, understanding your target market, their needs, wants, and expectation, their dreams, hopes, and aspirations. And from there, you build out your products and services to reach their expectations or to go beyond their expectations. Of course, we are fully aware that uh, the market research game is not just centered on this. We know that this is not the only factor that influences a business success. We talk about access to market, we talk about access to capital. And one of the things that we are seeing also in the developed world is that those economies, they definitely have access to capital. They have access to a capital market mixed where they can easily access then debt capital. They can access credit capital because the equity capital market is very strong in the developed world. They have a very strong credit capital market. In fact, many of these businesses that are big businesses today that are among the top 500 companies, they had tremendous access to leverage the credit capital market. And of course, they were able to leverage these markets in some cases at 0% APR. All right, 0% APR. So that definitely put them in the advantage, and those opportunities definitely, those access to capital definitely give them an advantage when compared to other countries around the world who are struggling to raise capital, or even when they raise capital, they're raising capital at high interest rates. And talking about raising capital at high interest rates, I really want to say to you, this is another reason why we are designing this program, because we're going to be bringing to you information that will help you to make informed and educated decision when it comes to buying debt. Of course, when we talk to you about buying debt, we talk to you about several things. We talk to you, one, about understanding the debt portfolio. We talk to you about two, strategic ways to access, those debt portfolios. We talk to you about three, ways in which you could leverage, smarter ways in which you could leverage debt. And of course, we talk to you about debt mitigation strategy. That's fourth. Now, the debt mitigation toolkit will really position you to navigate the world of debt. So regardless of how high the interest rate is, with a clear understanding of debt mitigation strategies, you will literally be leveraging legal tools that will help you to beat into the principal balance of that debt and speak to the interest rate in a favorable way, which at the end of the day, it leaves you with a higher amount of cash flow, which perhaps can be flipped into some other, equity performing assets, or some other thing. Those are things that we're going to be going into as time progresses. But of course, today we are talking about market research and the market intelligence ecosystem, and I'm emphasizing that this is absolutely necessary for you when you start a business. Of course, we believe that what we are saying may not be for everyone, but if you see yourself as an entrepreneur who are not settling for where you're at, who wants to, dig in deep, you want to get enough skin in the game, and you want to learn information, new ways of doing things. You want to position yourself to become the global thinkers, the social actors, and the transformational leaders. This is the platform for you. If you see yourself as that person who wants to be the dream makers, the game changers, and the trendsetters, this is the program for you, because we're going to be researching the top 100 companies across the world, and we're going to be bringing you hardcore information that will change your perspective in terms of how you're doing business. And of course, I must emphasize, Global Capital Inc. and 10x Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, we have written this new book, 10x Branding and Marketing Blueprint. And if you look at the screen, you will see it shown at the top of the screen. And we have really committed a lot of time doing the groundwork, doing the research to ensure that this book is solid. All right, you're getting solid information that you can put to work instantly. And of course, we do that deep dive into showing you all of the importance, a whole lot of importance why doing the market research is important. Why is it important to identify your target market? Why is it important to identify the needs, wants, and expectation of that target market? Why is it important to identify the size of your market and to understand how that size is geographically dispersed? Why is it important to take the time to understand the annual cash flowing potential of the market at a localized level, at a regional and international level? Why are all these things necessary? So we go deep into this, and then we really up level the conversation surrounding, you know, recruitment, selection, placement, acclimatization of the greatest minds that can really, go behind and give you the support to realize your corporate vision. Of course, in this book, we give you some hint in terms of how your organization should be structured, how you should position yourself in the organization, how you're going to flow from the strategic level, how you're going to build out your tactical team, and how you're going to build out your operational network. So the book is solid, all right. And of course, as time progresses, we will be presenting to you a lot of information from this book. However, I think that my time with you today has been overspent. Of course, I'm just here to give you some nuggets into, what is the great things to come. And I'm so happy to be your host of Global Capital Inc. online radio and television show. This is a program that is designed for the entrepreneur. This is also a program that is designed to appeal to those persons who are, want to achieve more. You want to achieve more in life. You're not comfortable with where you're at, and you just want to achieve more. And we have designed a number of programs to really ensure that you're getting the mentorship, the coaching, and the support. I must also say at Global Capital Inc. and the 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, we have a team of certified public accountants. We have a team of PFA, professional financial advisors, and personal financial advisors that will be working with you. I must also talk about this very unique program that we have designed. We have designed a very unique program that is titled Wealth Leadership, 10X Wealth Leadership Blueprint. 10X Wealth Leadership Blueprint. Now, in this program, you will learn four important systems. One is the pathways to wealth. Two is the leadership love languages. Three is the wealth of languages. And fourth, you will learn how to do the income audit analytics. You want to build wealth. You want to build it in a smart way. I want to ask you to commit the time, talent, and resources to be a part of what we're doing. Come and be a part of our community. And I assure you that the information that you're going to be getting is going to transform your life. This is not information that is based on theory. It's information that has been applied, and we have a mentor or a coach or a support network to give you the support to apply it instantly. So, in a realistic period of time, you can start to see the transformation in your life. And that is whether you're in business or whether you're the private individual who wants to achieve more in life. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the self-published best-selling author for several books, including Manager's Toolkit, Billionaire Codes, and my most recent book titled 10X Branding and Marketing Blueprint. If you look at the top of the screen, you will see that book. I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share in order to help me to reach as much people as possible. We are targeting the business community. We are targeting those who are aspiring to get into business. And of course, we are targeting those persons who wants to achieve more in life. So be blessed, be safe, and see you in the next broadcast.